In this video, we're going to be working on a 2012 iMac 21.5 inch. It was mailed over here because customer said the iMac is not powering on or black screen after attempted hard drive replacement. We do see an SSD drive here. Customer replaced the SSD drive or the hard drive, and now iMac does not power on. Let's go over what the customer wrote. Black screen after hard drive replacement. That's all what the customer wrote, and we have no other information. Now, the first thing I want to do is take a look at the screen connector, because that's what usually goes bad. When you disconnect the screen while power is still connected onto the iMac, then you can end up frying the backlight circuit or the LVDS connector or a fuse or a filter or whatever the case may be. Or it could be that when customer attempted to remove the screen may have fallen down and ripped that cable of the LVDS connector. So I have the iMac under the microscope here, and right off the bat I do see a burn mark somewhere around the LVDS connector area, which is right over here. I do see a slight burn mark here, so I'm thinking there's something going on with this side of the board. Let's take a look. Look at this. The LVDS connector is right over here, and we do see burn marks on the LVDS connector. Whatever you see here has nothing to do with the SSD installation. It has more to do with connecting or disconnecting the LVDS cable while there was still power onto the iMac. Or it could be that the LVDS cable was forced in, causing pin damage, and when the iMac was turned on, this happened. And either way, what we're going to have to do is replace the LVDS connector, and we're going to also replace this burnt component. And I know for a fact that this is a filter here. It's coil, inductor. I'm sure we have damage onto the layers, but we should still be able to solder that component back on. We do not know the condition of the layers under here, but I think we should be able to replace this component. And we're going to have to change this LVDS connector. We do not know if there's anything else wrong, but that's what I will be doing now. I think this is just smoke from the burn that happened on the left. Look at this. So these components are not burned, but probably affected by the smoke that was generated by this component here. Fume extractor. I do not want to inhale any of that burnt stuff. Very important to have a good fume extractor. The fume extractor that I use is from Pace. It's called Pace Evac 250. It's an older industrial fume extractor, but it's amazing. I did a video on it maybe a couple of years ago. I was still at the beginning of my YouTube days. The board still has the heatsink on it, and it's still connected, so it's gonna absorb heat like crazy. Look at this. So we are still able to solder the component on here. Look at the layer. It's nice and crispy, like fried chicken. Just applying leaded solder over unleaded so we can lower the melting temperature of unleaded, and so that we can easily wick off those pads without any issues. So the component must connect from here to here. Connect this layer to that layer. I have so many things on my bench that needs to get fixed. Big Boss disassembled like 10 devices, and he put the motherboards all on my bench. A couple of Nintendo Switch boards, HP Spectre board, Lenovo board. I mean, look at this. Two Switch boards, PlayStation and Xbox boards. He just put the HP Spectre board that I need to fix, and we have a couple of Benz fobs that we need to get done, and I do not know what else he put here. Just gonna take it one step at a time. And he's currently opening a lot of boxes in the back. And I told him we should not be opening any more boxes until we finish what we have on hand. But he does not like to just sit and wait for me to finish. He likes to keep working, one device after the other, one device after the other. Some stuff he can do on his own, and some stuff I will have to get it done. Big Boss and my dad are very hardworking people. I am too. But especially Big Boss, he works non-stop. He takes maybe 5 minutes to eat his breakfast or lunch or whatever, and back to work. Now, I do not have the connector for the 2012 iMac 21.5 inch, but I do have the connector for the MacBook Air Retina, which should be the same connector. The connector is 30 pins, and look at this. It aligns just perfect. What I'm going to do is put the Barlow lens on. I want to be able to see the whole connector and make sure the connector is aligned properly from both sides, because you may see it as being aligned from one side, but the other side may not be aligned. Okay, so let's see how things are looking now. Very nice. You see how we are able to see the whole connector now? That's the beauty of the Barlow lens. Okay, so let's apply some solder. It's very hard to solder from far away because, I mean, I'm seeing a far away view right now. But I just want to be able to align this connector before we zoom back in. And we should be all good. Let's remove the Barlow lens and continue on with the soldering. Let's see what we did so far. I'm gonna add some flux and just apply a tiny bit of solder here. We do not want to apply a lot of solder, because if solder goes inside the connector, it's game over. We have to change that connector again. So just a tiny bit of solder here. Very nice. And maybe we can get rid of the glare. Just like that. Some over here. That's good enough. And that's good enough. Let's use a foam swab. And these are the swabs that we got as a gift. Thank you very much, Johnny. All we have to do is test and make sure that the pins are solid. Okay, so just assembling the screen. Big Boss noticed the Flux cable that connects from the screen onto the motherboard was also damaged, so he used our cable. And let's go ahead and test. We cannot put this on the bench here because the Mac came without a stand like that. I do not want to hold it in my lap in case so we do hear the chime and nothing. I did see, oh, I do see flickering on the screen. The screen is going like this. Very light flickering on the screen. It could be that we may have an issue with the screen also. Oh, look at this. You see it? It's not happening now, but the screen flickered. Yeah, I think we may have an issue with the screen. Unless what we did, you see? Unless what we did not fix the problem, but because I'm seeing flickering on the screen, it tells me that there's a problem. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Okay. Let me unplug the cable. I have a broken screen in the shop here. Maybe we can use that to test. Let me grab it quick. So right now I have a very strong reason to believe that what we did fixed the problem, but the customer's screen is not good because the screen was flickering. So we're going to be using this screen here. I have a broken screen in the shop that I keep for testing. This is a fully functional screen, but it's cracked and broken, but we can still use it to test. If our broken screen works, then we know that what we did worked, but the customer has to change the screen. Okay, so the Flux cable is in, and now I need to connect both cables to the iMac. But like I said, this iMac does not have a stand, so it's going to be difficult. Okay, the cables are plugged in. Let's hope for the best. Let's hope for the best, and maybe I should go like this a bit. But I do not want to have the iMac in my lap because one time something zapped on the iMac and I had to let go. If that iMac is in my lap and it zaps, then I'm gonna be doing breakdance. Cable is in. Moment of truth. We're gonna turn it on. And yes, yes. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, our screen is broken, but image did come and backlight is working. So in addition to fixing the motherboard, customer needs to buy a screen and he needs to buy a LCD cable. All right, so we're gonna let the customer know what's going on and that he needs to buy a screen. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you have any questions, and we'll do something else in the next video.